Temenos, we understand the need to strengthen and support community-based banking. We're the world's leading banking software vendor, providing the technology and infrastructure used by the world's leading banks and fintechs. The biggest challenge of digitizing has always been the cost of software, computer services, and the expertise to run new systems. But that isn't the case now. By taking a shared services approach in the cloud, sharing common software, computer infrastructure, and service centers, our subscription-based software as a service can quickly implement the features community bank customers want, without the one-off investments in software, hardware, or in-house technical expertise. It isn't expensive to run. On payments alone, the first few transactions pay the entire cost of the services, future-proofing the network. It's a proven model. 240 Temenos inclusive banking clients have over 20 million members in 46 countries. Over the past 18 years, Temenos client banks have disbursed upwards of 1 billion loans.
Russia's AF Bank. Azerbaijan Central Bank. Central Bank of Ghana. Central Bank of Botswana. Central Bank of Nigeria. Central Bank of Liberia, Central Bank of Gambia. NIB International Bank. Cambodia's Post Bank. Central Bank of Finland. National Bank of Kazakhstan. State Bank is the Central Bank of Pakistan. National Bank of Rwanda is the Central Bank. State Bank of Vietnam is the Central Bank. Central Bank of Zambia. Savings Banks Groups. Central Bank of Kenya. Unofficial list of Temenos customers. Bank of England, Bank of China. Bank of Boston. Bank of France, Bank of Shanghai. Fidelity Bank, Nigeria. Centralized online real-time exchange. Core banking is a banking service provided by a group of network bank branches where customers may access their bank account and perform basic transactions from any of the member branch offices. Core banking is often associated with retail banking, and Temenos has been providing core banking solutions to the industry for 25 years. There are now more than 700 banks and financial institutions using the best-selling T24 Transact core banking solution. Temenos T24 is software that banks use. An API is a plugin. The Ripple API can be plugged into Temenos.
Temenos is developing software for the banking giants, right, in this world.
That's
and
right.
You've been doing so for the past 25 years
Right.
already, so business must be as good as never before.
It certainly is. We have to say, the founder of Temenos.
Your technology as well in the banking software that you're developing, to which extent do you use blockchain already?
We do support blockchain, obviously. That's not really, doesn't impact directly so much. What we basically sell is a bank in a box to remove from the back office of a bank.
The software companies and the banks are on the same level playing field, right?
That's right. What's interesting is banks have understood that they've got the core assets. They've got the customers. Customers tell you, you're not going to go to Apple for a mortgage. So people do have a relationship with their banks. Banks have trust overall. What they've done is they've taken their eye off the customer experience. And every other industry, if you look at retail today, it's totally transformed. You order on Amazon and it lands in your garden about 2 days later, the way it's going. Whereas the banking experience hasn't really evolved. So what banks are understanding is that they themselves need to leverage their core competence with fintech, some of these nimble providers you talked about earlier, and bring those providers in and put a fintech wrapper, if you like, a good client experience around that core relationship with their customers.
If we take a look,
a bank at one end connecting to the T24, then the BlueZelle technology is tapping into the T24, which will talk to the Ripple network, which is a Ripple protocol blockchain, and send money overseas. So let's do a demo. Here I am, Coast Capital Bank, and I'm the teller. John comes to me and says, hey, I want to send some money. Let's see, need some Canadian. I put in the account number for Coast Capital. There we go. And put in CAD account. We're going to send it to our European partner. Let's just say it's Nordea. Credit account EUR. And I'm going to pick a random dollar figure of 78 euros that he needs. So just like this is what the teller sees through T24. Let's look at the deal. Everything's there. I got the rate that came up. Now, the rate that comes up is what the Ripple protocol will come back with from the market makers. It's an efficient path-finding algorithm. I validate the deal, and now you saw the transaction happen, complete. So this is what's happened on the bank side right now. So let's recap. BlueZelle, the T24 stack at Coast Capital, talked to BlueZelle, went to the Ripple protocol, the blockchain, found an efficient rate of going from Canadian dollars to euro, and said, OK, let's finish that transaction. So all the messaging is done behind the scenes in real time, and then the transaction will happen over the blockchain. So here we go. I'm going now. Here's the actual blockchain ledger for Coast Capital. And there you see right there, 78 euros got instantly transacted. Where before took 2 weeks, took seconds. Here's all the authentication that you see behind it, the encryption, the hash key, the ledger, all these nerd words that you see.